you're doing. It's been a while that I showed up here. If you're joining us for the first time, my name is Remi Ayojimi, and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel, Real Relationship with Remi. And on here, what we talk about is about how to find love, talking about romantic relationship, how to navigate your romantic relationship into a healthy and, fruitful marriage or marital life. Please remember to subscribe, remember to share and like this video. And of course, turn on your notification bell so that once a new video drops, you'll be notified immediately. So today I'll be talking about how to identify if you're in a toxic relationship. And for the next few weeks, we'll be talking about toxic relationship. Like I said, signs to know whether you're in one, how to get out of one if you're in, and of course how to heal, because there's no way you've been in a toxic relationship. It's most likely you will get hurt, and of course it's necessary and important for you to heal and move on with your life before you get into another relationship. So over the next few weeks we'll be discussing all this, but today we're just talking about the signs to know or to note if you're in a toxic relationship. Now, the first one I would like to talk about is when your partner is always, is constantly, making you prove their love to you. I don't know whether you understand. He or she's always saying, if you love me, you will do this. If you love me, you will do that. For example, you're a Christian lady, a Christian man, and you get into a relationship, and you know that, of course, sex is out of it's a no-go area, right? That's what you agreed upon, and all of a sudden you're telling me that, if you love me, you'll sleep with me. Some people say, if you love me, you have to get pregnant before we get married. All sorts of nonsense. And if such is happening in your relationship, it's most likely you're in a toxic relationship. Or some people will say, if you love me, you're supposed to be giving me so amount this month, every month, you're supposed to be doing so for me, always demanding, always trying, always making you try to prove your love for them. I mean, loving somebody shouldn't be that hectic or that cumbersome. So if somebody's always trying to make you feel that way, then you're most likely in a toxic relationship. Another one is feeling unsafe or on the edge. If you're constantly feeling unsafe when your partner is around, or he or she comes to see you, or you go to see them, or you're always on edge, then it's not healthy. You're probably in a toxic relationship, because you're not supposed to feel that way. I mean, you're supposed to be comfortable and vulnerable when you love someone, when you're around someone that you love. But if you're always feeling on edge and unsafe, then you're not in a good relationship. Another one I wrote down here is when you're being constantly disrespected. You're two people in a relationship. You've decided to be dating each other, and of course, probably it's going to lead into marriage. If there's no honor, there's no respect there's no mutual respect, then there's no point. There's no point going forward. Maybe your partner is always bringing you down. You want to contribute to a conversation. No, we're not talking about no. When people like us are talking, are supposed to be talking. Putting you down. Basically, he or she does not respect your opinion, does not value your opinion. You're always there's no honor in any way towards you. I mean, that's a toxic relationship. Nobody needs to tell you that, because it's not going to get any better. In fact, it's going to get worse by the time you get married. The person knows you're not going anywhere, or at least that's the belief that there's nowhere else to go. So it's going to get worse. If person does not honor you, does not respect you at the beginning or during your relationship, whether as a woman or as a man, it's a toxic relationship. No need to push hard or trying to fix it. Another one is when you're being isolated from family and friends. Some people are quite possessive, that when you begin to date them, they want to cut you off from the people that you love. It's a disorder, I will put it that way, because I mean, why would you want to cut me off from people that I even met, or that I met before you? Do you understand? For example, maybe you visit your parents or your loved ones twice or thrice a month, and he or she's like, why must you go? I'm here for you, once a month is okay, or maybe you hang out with your friends once in a while, and she's like, you don't need friends anymore, you have me, so what do you need them for? I mean, such a person is toxic, because the person wants to cut you off, and there's no way there's no way you want to survive that relationship, just the two of you alone, if you get what I mean. So if someone is trying to cut you off, your friends, your family, your loved ones, you are definitely in a toxic relationship. Another sign is when the person is violent, or he or she threatens, violence or self-harm when you want to leave. Maybe, for example, you are sure that, oh, this I'm in the wrong relationship, and you want to leave, and the person is always saying, if you leave me, I will kill myself. If you leave me, I will cut myself. Or the person is actually violent towards you. It's best you seek help and you leave immediately. The person, whether he or she is threatening that they will kill themselves, whatever, maybe you try and get maybe a friend that knows that your partner very well, or a family member, to say that, you know what, I can't do this anymore, but this person is threatening to kill herself or harm herself or himself or whatever, so that you have to cut off, and at least people know that this has been happening. So it's best you just leave that relationship before it gets really, really bad. Another one that I would talk about here is when the person is always blaming you or playing the victim. When he does something wrong and, you made me do this, you made me do that. Always blaming you, always playing the victim, not taking responsibility for their actions or for their errors or mistakes. That is a toxic person. Because as human beings, as adults, yes, we make mistakes, but the good thing is that if we take responsibility for those actions and we work and make amends, I mean, that makes us responsible and better people. But once you start blaming other people for your own errors or for your own mistakes, then you are not matured enough to even handle a relationship. And finally, when you notice that your self-esteem is getting bad or getting worse, as if you're in a relationship, you're supposed to make each other better. You're supposed to improve each other's lives, in every area you can think of, particularly your self-esteem. If he or she's always bringing you down, like I said earlier, it's going to affect your self-esteem. And once you notice that your self-esteem is not where it ought to be, then definitely you're in a toxic relationship. So you don't want someone that will be bringing you down all the time. You want someone that will lift. You're supposed to lift each other up. So if your partner is always bringing you down, always, doesn't care about what you think, then definitely you're in a toxic relationship. I want to believe that think you're in a toxic relationship, just you can watch this video again and just kind of wait and see if any of those signs are present in your relationship. And if they are, I would advise that you get help and walk away while you can. So I want to thank you once again for joining me in today's edition. And like I said, we'll continue this toxic relationship series for the next few weeks. I hope you'll join me again next week, and do have a lovely week ahead. Thank you once again.